Hello, it's Dirk with DMP Home Inspection, and this is your mentor moment. Today, I want to thank Internachi for supporting this podcast. I really am thrilled to have all of you inspectors, entrepreneurs, and small business owners taking the time out of your day to listen to what I have to say. And it's really humbling. I just want to thank every single one of you. Now, you might not know this, but this is the third time I actually put this one out there because, well, the recording didn't come out as good as I'd like it to. So now this is my third take on it. So hopefully this one actually works good. Today we're going to be talking about something that separates the exceptional from the average, and that's developing skills. And I'm not talking about talent, not luck. I'm talking about skills. Talent might get you noticed. Skill keeps you respected. We live in a world where people love the idea of being naturally gifted. But here's the truth: very few professionals are born great at what they do. What they really see when someone performs at a high level from years of refinement, it's years of repetition, it's years of paying attention. You don't become a sharp inspector by accident. You don't become a strong leader by chance. You don't become a clear communicator because you hope to be. You develop it over time. And skill is built through repetition and awareness. I heard a story once about an inspector that really illustrates this well. He opens up an electrical panel during an inspection and he looks at the wiring. After a few seconds, he calmly asks the homeowner, "Who did your electrical work?" She replies, "My son did it." The inspector pauses for a second and says, "When did his house burn down?" The homeowner looks at him, shocked, and says, "How did you know that?" That response didn't come from luck. It didn't come from guessing. It came from a pattern of recognition. It came from experience. It came from seeing enough improperly wired panels over the years to immediately recognize the signs of dangerous work. The double taps, the improper bonding, the sloppy terminals, the mismatched breakers, whatever the red flags were at that moment, he saw that through skill. And that's what it is. It's skill. Skill allows you to see what others overlook. It allows you to connect the dots a lot faster. It allows you to speak with calm confidence because you've seen the movie before. So, and that's what kind of instincts is all about. It really isn't instincts. It's development, actually. There's three stages that I've come up with to develop any type of skill. If it's basketball, if it's soccer, if it's your job, if it's your business, if it's um, being an entrepreneur. Well, the first thing you have to understand is awareness. This is where humility lives. It's admitting that you don't know everything, because the more you know, the more you realize you don't know. Up on my walls, if you saw all my walls here, I have 110 certifications and degrees posted on my walls. Do you know what that's a reminder for me? It's not saying that I accomplished this. It's actually saying that I don't know. Because the more I know, the more I realize I don't know. So you have to take that into consideration. It's admitting you don't know everything. It's asking questions. It's listening more than talking. That's why you have two ears and one mouth. Use them proportionately. It's watching someone else with more experience and study how they move, how they think, how they communicate. Most people skip this stage because their ego gets in the way. But awareness is your foundation. Now, the second stage is practical. Repetition builds compliance. Okay, you cannot shortcut reps. You can't do it. So, like in Kung Fu, we learn to block. And if you're doing side block, down block, up block, whatever it is, you have to realize how to use it. And you do it over and over and over again. One day the Shifu comes up to me and he just pushes his arm out right in front of my face. I automatically went up to block it. Okay, that is Repetition. Repetition was okay there. That's what he wanted me to do. You can't read all about inspections all in one day and expect you to know everything. But until you open panels, crawl attics, develop those findings and explain your defects to the client, you're not developing those skills. You're collecting information. There's a huge difference. Practice is where you make mistakes. It's where you adjust. It's where you start recognizing those patterns. Then comes refinement. There is where you have to sharpen yourself over and over and over again. This is where good becomes sharp. It's adjusting how you speak to your clients, understanding without feeling alarmed. It's tightening those reports. It's managing your time better. It's learning how to deliver bad news professionally. Refinement isn't subtle, it's powerful. So, for instance, let's say you're late for an appointment, okay? And you arrive and you say, "Oh, I'm sorry I'm late." Instead, what you should probably say is, "Man, thanks for waiting. It was a rough go this morning." Do you see how it just flipped that right around? You came out ahead by saying it in a different context. So here's the reality. Most people stop growing because they get comfortable, or they get defensive, or they decide they've arrived. Growth stops when ego starts. The moment you think you've mastered everything, in that moment, you've declined. You started declining because you think you know everything. I don't know everything. And I'll say that 1,000 times over and over again. The professionals who stay dangerous in a good way are those ones who stay coachable. If you want to develop skills intentionally, here are a few practical things you can do. Study people who are excellent in your field, not casually, intentionally. Watch how they communicate. Notice what they emphasize on. Notice what they don't emphasize on. Teach what you're learning. Every time you teach someone, you're learning too. It exposes your gaps. It sharpens your understanding. Teaches, forces clarity. Seek critique. Now, that's a hard one, especially for me. Not compliments. Compliments actually make you feel good, but critiques make you better. It makes you stronger, it makes you sharper. And track that growth. Reflect after the fact. You ask yourself, what did you miss? What could you have done better? What slowed you down? Now, skills stack. Communication plus technical knowledge separates you. Technical knowledge plus business awareness builds longevity. Leadership plus emotional intelligence builds influence. Excuse me. Most people dabble. Few really actually develop. The inspector who made the electrical comment didn't wake up one day witty and sharp. He earned that confidence through repetition, through years of opening panels, through years of seeing the same mistake repeated over and over and over again. That's what skill does. It compresses experience into clarity. So here's your challenge I have for you. Pick a skill, not 10, not one, just one. Okay. Just one skill. Maybe it's explaining electrical issues if you're a home inspector. Maybe it's explaining electrical issues if you're an electrician. Maybe it's slowing down a little bit during your presentation. Maybe it's improving how you handle objections. Whatever it is, focus on it intentionally. Go to the library, pick out a few books, understand why you do what you do or how you do things. Don't wish you were better. Work to be better. Because talent might impress someone once, but skill will keep food on the table for you. So I hope this podcast helped. I hope it's encouraging for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to like and subscribe, share it with a friend. Until next time, inspect what you inspect, serve before you sell, and always keep moving and growing.